And the intent of Qlarant Capital is to invest in startup businesses very much like a venture cap or other type of company would. And what we're trying to do is identify, fledgling for-profit companies or even not-for-profit companies that are very similar to how we are. They have some sort of mission in either improving quality or improving program integrity for healthcare, or even looking at innovative ways to engage with the healthcare system. And one of the things that we've recognized is that in the Mid-Atlantic region, there's not as strong an infrastructure for investing in startup businesses as there is in California or parts of Texas and other types of things. So we're trying to contribute to improving that environment as much as we can. We're tapping into the local and regional university infrastructure. We're tapping into the regional economic development tools. We're tapping into the other venture cap funds and private investment firms that are out there. And we're trying to leverage those strengths. We have a soon-to-be, we're months away now, 50-year track record in working with health systems. And our goal is to leverage that to be able to support or provide value add to other investors who are out there trying to get their companies up and running and moving forward as well. Our primary goal is identifying companies that kind of meet or have the ability to help us to expand our capacity or capability. Very similar to us, so that there's a good sense of the work that we do and that we have a good understanding of what they do. When you're more mature, you can kind of expand across multiple lines or get a little bit more diversified in there, but we're being very targeted and very focused. So that's the first and primary check point that we go through. And then the second thing is that we're looking at kind of angel, seed, and kind of the Series A, which is kind of your first round of funding that once you have a formal valuation with your company. So we're looking at those high-risk types of things that are kind of emerging, using emerging technologies, but in a way that we kind of recognize these strengths because they're, again, in our wheelhouse. We can kind of recognize and identify that potential. So our initial focus is kind of Mid-Atlantic region, and if we can identify individuals who are willing to move back to the Easton area, that's a great thing. So we can have them kind of close by, and we're probably about an hour and a half away from 3 or 4 major urban metro areas, and not that far away from other larger ones. In Baltimore, D.C., Philly, we have a lot of people from New York to come down to this area. And quite frankly, if we can entice some people from the New York or New Jersey area to say, hey, look, I'm willing to start up my business and be here in Talbot County, and I can play where I work, that's a great opportunity. So yes, for this first round of funding, we are looking at strong multiple returns of income. We also recognize that that it is high risk, high reward. We also recognize that there is a risk that for some of these opportunities there may be very little return on those things, and quite frankly, it could be a complete loss if it's not handled well. But we're trying to mitigate those risks as part of our due diligence and our process. And also when we look at the value add that we try to provide to these companies moving forward, that we're also minimizing that risk as well. So the opportunity or the goal is to maximize returns, because quite frankly, the more that we get back, the more we're able to invest into these opportunities, and also the more that we'll be able to move over to the foundation for the other philanthropic things that we do.